I got bitches all on my dick and every day, sucking on my balls, licking on my balls. Bitches, they know, stick it in that booty, hold my balls, suck on my balls. Come on, all up in that asshole. Let me hit that booty raw, licking the dick, sucking the balls, falling down, beating down doors and fall to the ground, spin around.
Oh, it sounds like I'm busting a nut over here, but I am not. It is I, Jacob McGovern, a.k.a. Cubics, and this is Shooting the Shit. And I am bringing you guys a special edition of Shooting the Shit. This is at midnight. Yes, this is midnight, that time where I am. So yes, we are just going to be talking about a lot of shit, including AEW Fight for the Fallen, including Extreme Rules 2019, and also including those horrendous editions of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman are going to save us all, right? You know, these two editions were supposed to be the real editions where Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff were supposed to be on the show, right? And it's all going to change, right? Yeah. So, anyways, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Shooting the Shit. This is at midnight, and yeah, I am just fucking tired from work. But I wanted to get on here and talk about some shit because I am very fucking bored. And we are going to be talking about today. This is basically my review for AEW's Fight for the Fallen event and Extreme Rules. And I'll even talk about that Evolve 10th anniversary special that I checked out. And it was pretty good. So let's just dive in right now to AEW Fight for the Fallen. Now, if you guys want to see my genuine reactions to AEW Fight for the Fallen as they were happening, I suggest you go to the Shield of Ballycastle's channel and watch the live reactions to Fight for the Fallen, because I am featured on the entirety of the 5 hours, or at least like at least 4.5 of the 5-hour hangout that was, because I think it includes the pre-show, and I didn't really get on it till like right when the show started. But I basically stayed on that live stream throughout the entirety of the Fight for the Fallen event. So I saw that event, and I'm just going to give my thoughts on it right now, because during that event, I was under the influence of something, some candy. I was under the influence of some candy during that show. So my thoughts are kind of clouded during which, because, you know, listening to Jason's reactions to AEW is something else, you know, and you really just get involved with the show, you know, with Jason, and I gotta just say that. So a lot of stuff, looking back on it, watching it a second time, is all right. So I don't even know how to phrase that, because it's midnight, ladies and gentlemen. I can't really form my fucking thoughts right to the 0% of you watching right now. We had MJF and Sammy Guevara and Sean Spears versus Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, and Joey Janela, the skateboard fucks. So naturally, MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Sean Spears won this match. Now, this match was fucking awesome. I watched this, and this is probably one of the best 6-man tag team matches I've seen in a long-ass time, legitimately. But I don't know. Another show should have opened the show, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that very soon. But yes, MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Sean Spears won that match. It was a fucking great match. Darby Allin is especially the star of this match. I even said that during like the hangout. I was watching this, and I was like, Darby Allin is the star out of all these guys. And literally, and I will say this here, because as far as like charisma, and as far as star power, and as far as, you know, like in-ring ability goes, MJF just fucking made everyone in that ring like look like fucking jobbers. And I think Jim Cornette said the same thing, and it's honestly true, because, you know, seeing MJF in there with fucking, you know, Sammy Guevara and fucking, you know, Darby Allin, as much as I am a fucking Darby Allin fan, but like literally Darby Allin is like as thin as fucking, you know, I don't even know who to fucking compare him to, because he's really fucking skinny. But I don't know, Darby Allin is fucking. I love Darby Allin, but it's just seeing him in there compared to MJF. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. So I'm glad MJF's team won, and I'm glad that it's kind of it kind of did, but it kind of didn't really continue the story between MJF and Shawn Spears and Cody Rhodes and that whole thing. Like, MJF kind of did a taunt towards Shawn Spears in this match. I don't know. It was really weird. Next, we had the greatest match ever between Brandy Rhodes and Allie. And I didn't really comment on this match at all during the live stream, during Jason's hangout. And the reason why is because of what I'm about to say right now. Brandy Rhodes is fucking terrible. And, I see all these people in these Facebook groups and in these, even, other people like that I was in that hangout with, in Jason's channel, defending Brandy Rhodes, saying, she's not that bad. Brandy Rhodes is the shit. And, to bring Awesome Kong out there, it was cool to see Awesome Kong. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love Awesome Kong, but it's just like, how many more of these does Awesome Kong have left? She was walking out there. She was fucking slow. And then we had fucking Aja Kong come out at the end of the match for no fucking reason. Like, I have no fucking reason why this makes sense. The only reason I got from the only logical explanation I got from this was when during that hangout. And I keep referencing this hangout, and I'm going to link it in the description because it is a good hangout. And I don't know if you have to watch fucking Fight for the Fallen, throughout. I don't know if you have to watch Fight for the Fallen with this hangout to get it, but either way, it's a great hangout, and it's great. It's a great discussion overall, between a bunch of people, very differing opinions throughout the whole thing. But yeah, I'm gonna link the Shield of Ballycastle's, Fight for the Fallen live reactions in the description down below. But the only reason I could come up with this whole Aja Kong, Awesome Kong thing is I Kong, you Kong, we both fight now. That's the only reason I can come up with this, storyline wise. I don't know. So it looks like at All Out we're gonna get Aja Kong versus Awesome Kong. We're gonna get Kong versus Kong. I don't know. I mean, someone somewhere thought this was cool. So, there we go. That's my thoughts on that match. And by the way, it wasn't, it was a match to promote other shit. So I don't know. I think, Brandy Rhodes won. I don't know. That match was very skippable. I took a piss during that match. But next, we have the match that legitimately should have opened the fucking show, and I fucking loved this match when it was going down. The Dark Order versus Angelico, Jack Evans, and Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Now, this made me become a fan of fucking Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy because this match was just fucking action-packed throughout the whole fucking match. It really just sold me on and Helico and Jack Evans and the fucking Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy more than did the fucking Dark Order. Like, who the fuck are these guys? I don't even know who the fuck these guys are, but yeah, of course the most unlikely team wins this match because I was totally rooting for Angelico and Jack Evans, like, it was shamefully, and throughout that whole fucking hangout I was rooting for Angelico and Jack Evans. But even towards the end, I was rooting for fucking Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, but even the Dark Order won. But this was the match, in my opinion, that should have opened the show because this was a fucking great match, and it would have been an even better opener, in my opinion. But this match was just fucking balls to the wall action, like right from the beginning, and I loved it. Next, we have the match that went on way too fucking long and was way fucking boring. We got Kip's fucking, I don't know who the fuck you are, Sabian versus Hangman Adam Page. And all this match was supposed to do was to have Chris Jericho appear after the match. And that's exactly what happened. I called it in that fucking hangout. You can hear it when it was the 3rd minute mark during that match. I was like, yep, Jericho's going to come out during this match or after this match. And what do you know? It fucking happened. So, my dog's coming out. Fuck. But yeah, that's exactly what happened. Hangman won, and then Jericho appeared after this match, cut a promo. He cut a Jericho promo, and it was a good fucking promo. He was going off saying, "Oh, this is the first unscripted promo I've done in years. I've been I hate this fucking mentality that these guys were just imprisoned by WWE and just WWE made them, we own you, so dance. I don't think it was that fucking deep, to be honest. I think Jericho, with his pedigree and with, who he is, I think he could have many times went off script and made up his own fucking promos while he was in WWE. And the fact that he says that this promo right here is the first promo in years where he's legitimately just not had a fucking script and not had any ideas, it's bullshit. Like, come on, dude. And same thing with Dustin Rhodes going out there being like, oh, WWE is like WWE is a prison, and oh fucking I hate Vince McMahon better watch his back. It's like, dude, you were in fucking WWE like 2 years after your fucking brother left. Like, you mean to tell me like ever since Cody, like, oh, while Cody was creating all this shit, I was just stuck here in prison. Like, fuck off, dude. Fuck off. But no, next match we had Lucha Bros versus fucking SoCal Uncensored. I barely watched this match. I just wanted to see Lucha Bros, and you can listen to it and you can hear it in that hangout because I literally wasn't interested in it. We got Kenny Omega versus Shima. This is actually a really cool, hard hitting match. This is like a Kenny Omega New Japan match, which is Kenny Omega really needs people to carry him, and I kind of saw it evident in this match because Shima was fucking great in this match. This match really sold me on Shima more than it did Kenny Omega because I love Shima after this match because the first time I ever saw Shima was with that match with Christopher Daniels, and man, this guy's a fucking great talent. That's all I really gotta say about that match. It was a good match. Next, we had the main event. This match went 31 minutes. Holy fucking shit! I have fucking hiccups now. I fucking take a drink from water. Take a drink of water, not from water. That's fucking stupid. I'm a retard. But yes, we had the Young Bucks versus fucking Cody and Dustin Rhodes. Now, this match felt really short to me. I don't know if it was just because of the event, but I don't know, man. This match felt really short to me, and this match went on fucking half an hour, and this match was fucking just straight tag team fun, and I have no bad opinions on this match, to be honest. Like, I can't shit on this match. Dustin Rhodes is a fucking fine wine, even though I just shit on him, a second ago, but I Dustin Rhodes in ring is great. Dustin Rhodes, the social media persona and as a person, Dustin Rhodes is fucking terrible. But Dustin Rhodes in ring and on promos and shit, he's like a fine wine, man. He gets better with age, and he's one of the only wrestlers that you can say that about. So yeah, he was fucking great in this match, and I said this in the hangout. It's really sad when Dustin Rhodes, a guy who's been working in this business for 30 plus years, can put on a better main event performance in 2019 than Seth Rollins can in fucking 3 years. And that's a legitimate fact. Like, anyone else can test me on that. Like, no one else can convince me otherwise. Dustin Rhodes put on a better main event performance than Seth Rollins has in 3 fucking years. And anyone can fucking take me to the bank on that shit. But yeah. So yeah, that was Fight for the Fallen. It was a way better event than Double or Nothing. And I'm gonna say this again, it was way better than All In. All In probably had the better card than Double or Nothing, but this card was way better wrestling wise, except for the fucking pre-show debacle that was fucking Sunny Kiss versus fucking the Librarians or whatever the fuck that was. I didn't even fucking watch it because it was so horrendous. Because anything with fucking Sunny Kiss and the Librarians is shit. And all you motherfuckers on the AEW wrestling group and all you AEW fans don't fucking see it because you guys are so fucking blinded because all you do is just suck off Tony Khan and fucking the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes, and all you guys just suck their fucking jizz off of their fucking cocks, and it's fucking disgusting. But no, that was a little bit of an overreaction, but still, it's fucking embarrassing, man. These AEW cock blowers, man, they're worse than the fucking TNA diehards, bro. I remember the fucking diehard TNA fans that were getting it, but they're not as bad as the AEW fans right now, man. And this is literally like before AEW has had fucking TV time. And the fans are like this, I can't even fucking imagine what they're going to be like once it hits fucking TNT. It's fucking embarrassing. And I've said this many fucking times. AEW fans are the fucking worst, man. It's fucking embarrassing. It really is. And on that note, before I take this grandiose piss, I'm going to take a piss because this is the little intermission of our show. And yes, I'm going to take an intermission on my own show because I don't give a fuck. No one's watching this right now, so I don't fucking care. This is live right now. I don't give a fuck. So I'm going to take a little bit of an intermission. And for anyone who watches this in past tense or anyone who watches this on repeat viewing while it's not live, this must suck. It must suck for anyone who's watching this live. I don't even know if anyone is legitimately watching this live because I don't think anyone is. But yeah, I'm gonna go take a piss. And before I do that, let's talk about the unofficial official sponsor of the Cubics channel. Let's talk about Trojan condoms. Trojan condoms are very efficient. They're good for you and her, especially the Trojan XC and Trojan Fire and Ice brand condoms. They're hot and then they turn icy for you and for her. To be honest, I've never used the Fire and Ice condoms. I just saw them like in a commercial one day, but I don't want to say that, definitively, because that could have been a joke what I just said. I don't even fucking know what I'm talking about right now. But yes, Trojan condoms, they are the unofficial official sponsor of Shooting the Shit and the Cubics channel. So go out and buy any brand of Trojan condoms today. Trojan mad. You guys really gotta pay me for this shit. Someone has to pay me, bro. I need to get paid for this shit because I'm a good fucking spokesman. Anyways, I gotta take a piss. So, yeah. Please enjoy the possible intermission, intermission entertainment. If there is any. There might be. Who knows?
YouTube channel of all time.
Sean View Entertainment. Yo ass, you fucking suck. Sean View Entertainment. You get no money. Sean View was poor. He ain't got a job, but none of that. Sean View Entertainment. Sean View Entertainment. Sean View Entertainment. Yo ass, you fucking suck. Sean View Entertainment. You get no money. Sean View was poor. He ain't got a job, but none of that. Sean View Entertainment. Sean View Entertainment. I live in Sean View. I get no views. Stone Cold John Cena ain't worried about you. Storyline, everything messed up. Fake you. I'ma get a job. I got no clue. I will talk about Lynn.
Okay, so that concludes our intermission for the night. Yes, that was great. But yes, now we are going to be talking about WWE Extreme Rules 2019. But before we talk about that, actually, I just remembered. Let's talk about the Evolve 10th anniversary show just for a little bit, because I did see a little bit of that right after Fight for the Fallen, and this was a pretty good show too. I mean, it wasn't as good as Fight for the Fallen. I'm just gonna say that right now. I think fucking Fight for the Fallen was miles above better than the Evolve 10th anniversary show. But let me just run down the card real fast, and I'll show you. I only watched really like 2 or 3 matches from this show, but it's worth talking about because it was a good show. Now, WWE totally did this to fuck with AEW. They totally put this event to fuck with AEW, and I love it. I think it's great. Not a lot of people do. They're like, oh, this is like Kenny Omega himself. Kenny Omega was like, oh, you guys are fucking, trying to bring down a charity event. God, I'm Kenny Omega. I speak for the wrestlers. But it's like, dude, if we can get an Evolve show on the WWE network, that's a fucking plus, man. And this show proves that. And honestly, I want more Evolve shows on the WWE network just because of this fucking reason. Because like I'm really invested in all the Evolve shit right now. We saw fucking. Let me just go down the card. We had Josh Briggs versus Anthony Green. I don't even know who the fuck these guys are, but this was a good match. We had Stephen Wolf versus Kurt Stallion versus Sean Maluda versus Harlem Bravado, I think. But yeah, I just know who Sean Maluda is because I've seen him on NXT, and he's actually fucking pretty good. And yeah, and then we had 2 other matches I didn't see. And then this other match that I saw was a guy, Baba Tunde versus Colby Carino. Yeah. And if you guys don't know who Colby Carino is, he's the son of Steve Carino, former ECW champion, and I think he works with NXT now. But yeah, he's the son of Steve Carino. But yeah, it's Babatunde versus Colby Carino, and I saw this match, and it was basically a squash match for Babatunde. And Babatunde, if you guys don't know who that is, I think you guys are going to be hearing a lot about him. That's just my opinion. But he's actually a legitimate good big man in wrestling. He's one of the best I've seen in a long time. Babatunde is someone to watch out for because just in this match, I've seen a little bit of him on like the indie scene and like from NXT live event shows that I've seen off YouTube, and he's someone to look out for. I think so. And then the next match I saw was Matt Riddle versus Drew Gulak, catch point reunion match. I don't even know what the fuck catch point was supposed to mean. It was supposed to mean something. They kept mentioning it on fucking commentary, and fucking Drew Gulak wore a fucking thing that said catch point. I don't know. I haven't watched much of Evolve until this event, so I wouldn't know. Maybe this is something that means something. I don't fucking know. But this was a good match. I mean, anything with Drew Gulak and Matt Riddle is awesome. Matt Riddle's the shit. He needs to be on the main roster right now. And I know anyone's going to fucking scoff and be like, oh, the main roster is people. But Matt Riddle is legitimately one of the guys from NXT who I can see going on the main roster tomorrow and becoming a big success because Matt Riddle just has that fucking, he's that fucking special. Next, we had Austin Theory versus JD Drake. This was a fucking great match. I love Austin Theory. And I hope that with this exposure and that with, Evolve, having its working relationship with WWE anyways, that Austin Theory is just going to get signed by NXT. I really hope it happens soon because Austin Theory is just fucking great talent. That's all I got to say on that. We had Akira Tozawa versus Adam Cole, baby, for the NXT Championship. This match was okay. I mean, anything with Akira Tozawa is a Akira Tozawa match. This match was okay. Yeah, it wasn't the best thing I've ever seen. But, Adam Cole retained, of course, he's not losing the fucking title to Akira Tozawa on an Evolve show, but, it was a good match. But this whole show, top to bottom, it was a good show. It was a good showcase for Evolve, and hopefully that this means that we're getting more Evolve shows on the WWE network, and this wasn't just a fucking one-time thing just to fuck with AEW. I'm hoping that this means something more than just fucking with AEW. If not, then I guess this is the perfect showcase for Evolve, I guess, if you want to go fucking, watch Evolve shows, if you want to go scour them down. But, WWE can just fucking put this show, can just put Evolve on the network. It's not going to hurt them. It's not going to hurt Evolve. It's just, putting them on the network's not going to hurt anyone. Same thing with fucking, Progress or any of these UK networks. It's not going to hurt any of them. Because the WWE network could be like the Netflix for pro wrestling if they really play their cards right. The WWE network could be the Netflix for pro wrestling. They could have like like they just really need to acquire the tape library for TNA, and that's all they need, to fucking really succeed out there. But yeah, hopefully this leads to more Evolve shows on the network. But yes, now we're leading into WWE Extreme Rules. Oh man, I watched a little bit of this show. I watched the pre-shows with Nakamura and Finn Balor for the title, and then that's it. It's the only match I watched from the pre-show. So we had Nakamura versus Finn Balor for the first time, I believe, that I've seen this match since NXT. I think they had a match on SmackDown the week before, but this is the first time since NXT that I've seen these two, face off in a match together. So that's good. Scott Casey Gale. What do you think of New Japan G1 Climax airing on the same night as? It honestly just means more wrestling. That's what it means. I know New Japan aired the G1 Climax, and I didn't even talk about that because I haven't seen it yet. But I just haven't been in the loop with New Japan recently because of all the fucking AEW and fucking WWE bullshit that's been going on. But yeah, I really love to get back to New Japan at some point. But I know they got the G1 going on right now, and they're airing that, and they aired that the same day as Fight for the Fallen and the Evolve show. And it's honestly, they're just doing that to fucking cause more, wrestling on that same day. Which one are the fans gonna watch? That's what I feel like that was. Do you like Aiden English as a commentator for 205 Live? I haven't really watched that much of 205 Live. The most that I've seen from it is recently with the whole because I've been recommended matches recently. I watched those matches with Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali when they were still on the show. I mean, Mustafa Ali hasn't appeared on SmackDown at all. He's not on the show anymore, but he's not on SmackDown either. So it's like, where the fuck is Buddy Murphy? But That's where I was watching 205 Live, and I did watch those recent matches with Jack Gallagher and Chad Gable, and those were fucking great matches, especially the one they had fucking tonight. The one they had tonight was fucking pretty good. I checked out 205 Live tonight, and it was pretty good with Drake Maverick and fucking Mike Kanellis. But to answer your question, Scott, Aiden English as a commentator, I think he's fucking good. I think he missed his calling, after all these years. He's been fucking, dwindling away on the mid card. That great fucking act with Rusev and Aiden English. I don't know why they ever split those two up. That was a fucking main event, fucking glorious act with Rusev Day and Aiden English. Rest in peace, Rusev Day, by the way. Can I get that in the chat? Can I get a rest in peace, Rusev Day? But man, fuck, how they fucked that up, man. Rusev Day was fucking over. Rusev Day was over. It was way more over than fucking Kofi Mania ever was. The fans were chanting fucking Kofi for 2 months, and then they gave him the WWE Championship. These motherfuckers were chanting Rusev Day all the way to fucking WrestleMania, and they didn't even give him the United States title. They gave it to Jinder Mahal on that show. I remember that. I fucking remember that clear as day. They were chanting Rusev Day that whole fucking WrestleMania weekend. Through NXT, through the fucking streets of New Orleans. They were chanting Rusev Day nonstop. And they gave the fucking title to Jinder Mahal. I remember that shit. Rest in peace, Rusev Day. But yeah, I think that's when Aiden English was at his best, when he was in Rusev Day with Rusev. But him as a commentator, man, it's fucking awesome. From what I've seen from him, I can't even fucking talk right now. From what I've seen of him on 205 Live, he's fucking great as a commentator, and I hope he keeps going in that role. And I hope he kind of maybe settles into like a player coach type role, where he wrestles sometimes, but he's also a commentator. I hope for that shit, because he's really good as a commentator. I think Aiden English is fucking awesome as a commentator. I wish they would have him on the main shows, to be honest. I mean, I wish they would honestly put him in, and I honestly wish that this is a controversial opinion right now, because people might crucify me for this shit. But he's fucking better than Beth Phoenix. I don't know why the fuck they put Beth Phoenix on commentary in NXT. Beth Phoenix fucking sucks. I guess they were like, oh, we need a woman. But, not everything needs a woman commentator. So, I don't know. I think it was a kind of a missed opportunity, not putting fucking Aiden English in there with fucking, Nigel McGuinness and Mauro Ranallo instead of fucking putting Beth Phoenix in there. Now, I like Beth Phoenix, but as a talent and as a wrestler, I don't like her as a fucking commentator. Beth Phoenix is not a commentator. Same thing, Renee Young is not a commentator. There was a time where I thought Renee Young was good on commentary, but man, it's just over time, it's just fucking terrible and just cringy. Ugh. See, I don't know. They should put Aiden English on the NXT announce team. That's what I'm going for. Did you see Corey Graves' comment after he made Yeah, I saw that comment. He was like, yeah, you should have used a small package. That was funny as fuck. See, Corey Graves is fun in small doses. Like sometimes Corey Graves, he gives these great moments of fucking awesomeness, and he says these great lines, and they're just really funny and really smart. And then there's just these other times where he just says the dumbest shit. And I know it's probably him being fed these lines, but I also think that's fucking his fault too. For thinking of this shit off the cuff. But man, yeah, Corey Graves, he's hit or miss most of the time. But yeah, just to go back to your original thing, I do think Aiden English is a really good commentator. I think he should be on NXT, not 205 Live. I think he's being wasted, to be honest, on 205 Live, and they should have him on SmackDown or on NXT. Or hell, even NXT UK. I mean, fucking NXT UK could use him. I know they got fucking Vic Joseph or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't even fucking know. But yeah, they could definitely use Aiden English on NXT UK. But yes, let me just talk about Extreme Rules. Yeah, we had the first match since Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor. The first time this has happened since NXT. I got way off topic. I do that a lot. I always get off topic and talk about some other shit. But the first time this match has happened since NXT, and it was really shitty. And I don't know if this is just the main roster, the main roster lights, or if this is the main roster, writing, or, the time or the placement of the match. I don't know. But this match sucked. And Shinsuke Nakamura is your new Intercontinental Champion. So there's a bright side to everything, I guess. I don't know. I mean, Nakamura is the Intercontinental Champion, but that's kind of weird because they haven't done anything with Nakamura since fucking I don't even know how long has it been since they've done anything meaningful with Nakamura? Like probably I don't even fucking I don't even remember. Probably like WrestleMania with AJ. Like yeah, that's the only time I could fucking remember. I mean, can somebody prove me wrong? Like when was the last time they did anything with Nakamura? Like I think he had that tag team with Rusev for a little. I even fucking forgot about that. Like I even forgot he had a fucking whole tag team with Rusev. Remember that? Fucking Rusev and Nakamura. Like I don't know. I think I'm the only motherfucker that remembers that. But they tried to push that as a tag team. I think that's the only fucking thing they've done with Nakamura since WrestleMania 34 with AJ. So Nakamura is the Intercontinental Champion now. We'll see where that goes. And judging by SmackDown, because I'm just gonna get into SmackDown and Raw spoilers, while I'm talking about Extreme Rules right now, because I have the future tense to talk about that. But judging by what they did on SmackDown, it seems that Mustafa Ali, or just fucking Ali now, because he's just fucking one name. They can't fucking just decide on a name. They have to fucking change the name to either be their first name or their last name. So he's just Ali now. And I really just can't get into that because his name is Mustafa Ali. It's Mustafa Ali. It's not just Ali. And I hate it. But yes, it's going to be Ali versus Nakamura for the Intercontinental Championship. I mean, for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam. At least I assume that's what they're going with by what they did on SmackDown. So if that's the direction I am hoping for it, and I'm hoping Ali wins the title, because with all these promos and all these vignettes they've been doing with Ali, having him go out in the streets and saving people and shit. And, if you guys have been checking out these promos with Ali, you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't have to fucking explain it, but if you guys see these promos, they're fucking awesome. And what they're doing with Ali is pretty good. So I feel like they're doing this for a reason. And hopefully this reason is just to have Nakamura as a transitional champion. It sucks for Nakamura. Nakamura. It sucks for Nakamura. But, to have him be a transitional champion to Ali, I think would work right now because, they're obviously building up Ali for something. So I would fucking do it. I'd put the title on Ali in a second because I think Ali's better than Nakamura, but that's just my opinion. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, it looks like we're getting Ali and Nakamura for the Intercontinental Championship. I guess I don't know. Someone wants to see that. I do want to see that just because I think it'll be a good match, and I just want Ali to win. But surprisingly, what opened the show at Extreme Rules was The Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. Now, this match was surprisingly good, and I say surprisingly good because it was an Undertaker match in 2019. Now, the Undertaker hasn't had a legit good match since like fucking I don't even know. Like when I have to ask like other people on this, like maybe tomorrow when I do it, because I'm going to do another hangout tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. This is an announcement right here. Shooting the shit will be coming back tomorrow as well, and I'm trying to get more people on the hangout, possibly Big Dal, possibly. Actually, right now I'm just gonna give a little spoiler, a little scoop right now for you guys. I am trying to get an interview with Superhuman. Now, I don't know if you guys know who that is. I will link the channel in the description for anyone who doesn't know who that is, who watches my shit, and I don't even know if those people even exist. But if you guys are a wrestling fan right now, you guys know who Superhuman is. He basically just jumps off and lands on shit like barbed wire and glass and all this shit. He just jumps into shit, basically. That's what this channel is. And I am trying my damnness to get an interview with this guy and to get this guy on my show and to just ask him a couple questions, at least just to ask him, like, are you human? Because he just keeps doing these stunts and they keep coming out and he seems fine. Like, I don't see any damage on him. He's superhuman. Exactly. That's why I want to interview this guy. So I am trying to secure an interview with Superhuman right now. So stay tuned for that. Even if that happens, I don't know, but I'm trying my best, ladies and gentlemen, to secure that interview. So stay tuned. I'm also trying to get an interview with one possible pedophile, but it'll probably be a cold day in hell before that ever happens. But I'm still trying to get an interview with that pedophile, but we'll see. Anyways, yes, to open the show for Extreme Rules, we had The Undertaker and Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre, and The Undertaker and The Undertaker and Roman Reigns won the match. I don't even know what the fuck I said before that. I think I fucked up majorly, but I don't even fucking know. But Roman Reigns and The Undertaker versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. And Roman Reigns and The Undertaker won. And it was honestly a good showing for The Undertaker. I mean, an Undertaker match in 2019 is literally like, I was even, I literally just said this. Okay, when was the last time The Undertaker had a good match? Like, probably that 2015 match against Bray Wyatt. Ow, fuck, I just hit my face with my microphone. That hurt. I think my lip is bleeding now. Shit. But yeah, I think the last match the Undertaker had that was legitimately good was the match against Bray Wyatt against at WrestleMania 31. You know, the WrestleMania where they could have done, fucking Sting versus the Undertaker, but logic just doesn't exist with this company. So yeah, this is the first like legitimate solid Undertaker match I've seen in a long ass time. And I don't know where it's going to lead to. Is it going to lead to a SummerSlam match for Taker? Is it going to lead for? I don't know. They were making it seem like it was going to lead to more matches. They were like, "Oh, take this in now because we don't know how many times we're going to see the Undertaker." But I don't know. I don't know what this is going to lead to. I don't know if more Undertaker matches are coming. I don't know. But next match, we got the Revival versus the Usos. Piss break. The Revival won. Next match, we got Aleister Black versus Cesaro. This match was fucking awesome. This match barely went 10. Like, this match barely went 10 minutes, I think. But this match was fucking awesome. And they had a match on SmackDown tonight, and it was fucking even better, I thought. And man, these two just work so well together, and I'm hoping for more matches. Even though Aleister Black beat Cesaro definitively twice, very convincingly twice, I'm hoping for just one more match between these two because these guys work really well together. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Bayley versus Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. Yeah. Next, we got Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley in a last man standing match. This is the best match on the whole show. And it's really shocking where you can say, like, at least now, I mean, it probably wasn't as shocking, maybe like 6 months ago, but it's shocking now to say that Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley had the best match on this whole pay-per-view. But yeah, Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley had the best match on the whole show. And that's surprising to me, but they did a lot of crazy spots this match. Braun fucking, threw Bobby off the balcony with a running power slam. It was fucking crazy. So yeah, Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley, that was a good match, surprisingly. So yeah, it's very surprising when Bobby Lashley has the best match on the whole pay-per-view. We have the New Day versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery. Now, I know why they have Daniel Bryan in this spot. They want him to at least, I don't know, I guess they want this tag team with Rowan or this pair up with Rowan to get over. I guess it does work, kinda, but not really. I just think Daniel Bryan just works the best as a single star. Now maybe if Daniel Bryan was if Daniel Bryan was competing for the Intercontinental title and Rowan was his bodyguard or something, then maybe I would feel better about this. But the fact that it's just a tag team thing, I don't know. I just feel like Daniel Bryan's way better than this. And I know Daniel Bryan probably doesn't have a fucking problem with it. He's just oh, put me in the tag team match. I don't care. But Daniel Bryan just deserves way better than this. He needs to be fighting in the main event. And it's weird just to see him in this fucking spot, at least now in this day and age in 2019, given how popular this guy was and how dominant he's been in main event performances. It's weird to see him in a fucking tag team match now. It's weird. It's very weird. But yeah, the New Day are the new SmackDown tag team champions. Yeah. We have AJ Styles versus Ricochet with the club, and I'm glad AJ Styles has the club with him now. And it's a feud with Ricochet. I mean, these matches can't be terrible. This is a good match, and AJ Styles is the new United States champion. He's a 3-time champion, I think. That's cool. We had Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. Now Kevin Owens, they're building him up to be this new CM Punk, Stone Cold type thing, where he's cut and shoot promos and he's stunning Shane McMahon, and we're having a new Shane McMahon Kevin Owens feud. And I personally like the Shane McMahon Kevin Owens feud from 2017 or 2018, whatever it was, 2 years ago when they had the Hell in a Cell match. I thought that was fucking awesome. So I'm glad that we're getting this feud again, but different circumstances. Shane's the heel and Kevin's the babyface. I kind of like that. I kind of like when feuds do that where they switch it up. And that's kind of what we're getting, recently with the new Miz and Dolph Ziggler feud that just started on Monday. Hopefully that leads to a match because I love Miz and Dolph Ziggler, man. Those matches are fucking great. But now it's different because Miz is a babyface and Dolph Ziggler is a heel. But yeah, we have Kevin Owens, cutting these promos on Shane McMahon, and hopefully it leads to like a cool, elaborate, fucking false count anywhere match with Shane at SummerSlam, and that's the end of it for Shane because fuck Shane. We had Kofi Kingston versus Samoa. I never win big matches, Joe. I was hoping, I was praying, I was fucking like wishing to the stars that Samoa Joe would win this match. If nothing else, just to fucking switch things up, just to spice things up. And that's not to say that I don't like Kofi as champion. I really like Kofi Kingston as WWE champion. I just think the big problem is that they have him associated with New Day too much, and that they have him throwing pancakes and shit. If they didn't have him doing that and just had him on his own, and occasionally he teamed up with New Day, then I think he'd be a great champion. But I think he's just a decent, WWE champion. I'm glad they gave him the title after all these years, and he's had a good run with the title so far. But I think it's time. It's time, and I especially think that this was the time. At least if you wanted to shock people and give someone like a reason to watch on Tuesday, you should have given Samoa Joe the title, just at least for fucking 3 days. At least like give Joe the title and then have him lose on SmackDown. Like at least just give Samoa Joe the WWE Championship. Is that too hard to ask? I feel like it isn't. So this match sucked. Really nothing really to talk about here. Joe lost again in a big match. I mean, it's paint by number stuff, Samoa Joe is the new Bray Wyatt at this point. We had see, I don't even like to talk about this, and I'm glad that this is somewhat over, but it's really not. And I'm just gonna talk about this because we had Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, the man and the man's man, versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans in the main event of a pay-per-view for the Universal and Women's Championship. Winners take all. Now, the best spot of this whole match was the fact that they had Baron Corbin giving end Daves to Becky Lynch and then go up to Seth Rollins and be like, "What are you gonna do, you piece of shit?" That was the best. That made me a Baron Corbin fan definitively till the end of days, basically. So that'll make me a forever Baron Corbin fan. But man, just Seth winning. But the saving grace out of all this was Lesnar coming out and cashing in his Money in the Bank and becoming the new. Oh fuck! I keep fucking getting hiccups. But Brock Lesnar, ladies and gentlemen, is our new 3-time Universal Champion, and people are shitting on this. People are canceling their WWE Network subscriptions. People cannot believe that WWE once again went with Brock Lesnar. How could they? How could they go with a part-time champion again? Oh my God. Brock Lesnar never shows up to work. He doesn't have the passion that Seth Rollins has. Well, let me tell you something. Seth Rollins did not, I repeat, Seth Rollins did not draw a fucking dime as Universal Champion. Do I have to repeat this again? Do you want me to say this again? Seth Rollins did not draw a fucking dime when he won the Universal Championship. Since he's won the Universal Championship. All right, has merch sales, has merchandise sales for Seth Rollins skyrocketed to the top? Is he the number one merch seller in the company? I don't think so. I think the number one merch seller is Roman Reigns. Hell, I think the number one merch seller is still fucking John Cena. I mean, I don't know. Cena hasn't been around, in the past 2 years, so I don't think like that really warrants that. But so I think the number one merch seller is still Roman Reigns. And not to say that Roman Reigns doesn't suck, because this guy literally had to fucking get cancer and come back for the people to cheer him, and then 2 weeks later fucking the fans didn't give a fuck again, and now they just they're lukewarm towards Roman. Like they don't cheer him, they don't boo him, they just kind of give him a little clap. But so I think the number one merch seller is Roman Reigns. But like, has any stock in Seth Rollins risen up? Has anybody really become Seth Rollins fans, or has anybody really tuned in to Raw to see Seth Rollins since he won that title? And if you really have to dig deep for that answer, the answer is fucking no. You want to know why? Because no one is tuning in to Monday Night Raw to see Seth Rollins as the Universal Champion. And, this is going to be the little closing topic I go off of because, after this, I'm going to wrap this shit up. But it was a clear example on Monday Night Raw tonight when they have, or last night, or fucking 2 nights ago, I guess, because it's Wednesday at this point. But 2 nights ago when they had Seth Rollins win the fucking Battle Royal. Now, keep in mind, they had fucking Big E, they had Cesaro, they had Randy Orton, they had Rey Mysterio, they had people in this match that could have legitimately won and made a legit, even Roman Reigns, they had Roman Reigns in this match. At least if the Roman Reigns won, it would have been a fucking weird, fresh up match for Brock Lesnar. I don't know. I don't think the fans would have really shit on it, per se. That I would have personally preferred Roman instead of Seth in this spot because I'm so stale. Like, it's just Seth is terrible at this point, and they've really done, and it's really Seth's fault. It's mostly Seth's fault, but it's mostly WWE's fault too. It's 50-50 at this point because I don't fucking know. Because Seth Rollins comes out there, burn it down. The same like cadence, the same fucking delivery he always does. He stands with Becky Lynch in the ring like he's at a fucking middle school dance. It's fucking embarrassing. It's really embarrassing to see Seth. It was embarrassing to see. Yeah, now I can say it like in past. Now I'm glad I can say in past tense, it was embarrassing to see Seth Rollins as Universal Champion because now he's not the Universal Champion anymore, and I'm happy. Brock Lesnar is the Universal Champion again, and that's a whole thing among itself. Because, everybody and their mother hates a part-time champion, hates Brock Lesnar as the part-time champion. And I agree with that. I don't like seeing a part-time champion, but now seeing Seth as the champion and seeing Roman as the champion, Roman, we didn't really get to see him fully as a Universal Champion because he fucking got leukemia and fucking had to leave. So we didn't really see Roman as the Universal Champion that much. But like now that we've seen someone else in that role, he's fucking failed. Seth Rollins failed as the Universal Champion. And anybody else who says, it was great with Becky, anybody who defends Seth Rollins' title reign, you're fucking lying to yourselves. And I said this on the No DQ fucking Facebook group, and it has the most likes and most response I've ever gotten in that whole fucking group. You want to know why? Because it's legit, and I posted. Let me just get the fucking thing. I can easily pull it up because it's still getting response and it's still getting fucking, comments and likes and shit 3 days later. It's the most likes and most response I've ever gotten in that group. I've been in this group 3 years. And I said, if anyone defends Rollins as the champ, you're lying to yourselves. He sucked ass, and that's why Lesnar is the champ once again. And this post is 100% fact because the reason why, and people can be like, oh, they put the title back on Lesnar because they wanted to just spice things up before SummerSlam, and we gotta put the but like, do you know why WWE thinks like that? Do you know why WWE goes by the ratings, and you know why they go by sponsors and all that shit? Because the sponsors and the people on the network probably wanted Lesnar as champion because Lesnar draws money. And you know who did it? Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins didn't draw a fucking dime. He didn't draw a dime when he was WWE World Heavyweight Champion and WWE United States Champion, when he was going against Seth Rollins, when Seth Rollins was going against John Cena and Sting. He wasn't drawing a dime then. And you know why that title reign got cut short? You want to know why it got cut short? Because before it got too stale was because he got injured. And we're seeing, and we saw it right now. We saw why they took the title off of him. We see why this guy should not have should not be the main champion of a company. I'm sorry. Seth Rollins is a great champ. He's a great wrestler. He's a great, he's great in interviews and all that shit. He's a great company guy. But in the main event spot and to be the top guy of a company, he doesn't have it. He doesn't. Seth Rollins sucks. And people are lying to themselves. People are being like, they shouldn't have had the title last year. The man is fucking great. No. They put the title back on Lesnar for a reason. They put the title back on Lesnar for a reason. And that's basically what I'm segueing off of, or how I'm going to end this show. I'm just going to end it by saying Seth Rollins was shit as the Universal Champion. Anybody who defends that, you're fucking lying to yourselves, because he was shit as the Universal Champion. Never drew a fucking dime. No one ever watched Raw to see what Seth Rollins, the Universal Champion, was going to do next. And the whole man's bitch thing with Becky Lynch and, them being the top champions, it was fucking garbage for however long it lasted. And I'm glad it was short. And I'm hoping that they don't pair these two up ever again. And I'm hoping to fucking God Seth Rollins does not win the title again at SummerSlam. I'm hoping, fucking Brock Lesnar just beats him in 5 seconds, and then Lesnar can fucking move on to a new challenger, and then the new challenger beats Lesnar. Because I honestly, and don't get this wrong, I honestly don't want to see Lesnar hold the title for long. I hope he holds it for like 2 months or something. I don't want to see Lesnar as the champion right now. I really don't. But as long as it's not Seth Rollins, I'm okay. So, since Seth Rollins is the number one contender again, and he's facing Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam for the Universal Championship, when they really could have gone with fucking anyone else. I mean, fucking people were hoping for Randy Orton to win that match. I mean, I heard it in the crowd. People were hoping for Orton to win that match, and I would have been fucking happy with that too. Or Cesaro or fucking Big E, because it would have been different. And, we've seen Orton versus Lesnar before, but we never got a rematch or, anything from that. Lesnar just fucking busted Orton open, and then the match just fucking stopped. So that would have been a cool fucking little match to have, if Lesnar won again. It would have been fucking cool. But no, we got to have fucking Rollins and Lesnar again. And I don't know with this match, because I could easily see them having Rollins just win it back and just be all triumphant, or I could just have them Lesnar winning. But like, what is the point? Like, who's Lesnar going to face next? I don't know. I really don't know. And I hope it's someone different. I hope it's someone fucking unique. And I hope it's someone who just dethrones Lesnar. I don't know. And I don't know. So that was the end of, I guess that's the recap of Extreme Rules and Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. I guess the only thing I didn't really talk about on SmackDown is, I guess they're going to have, I guess the new feud they're pushing towards for the WWE title is Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton, and there's a history there, and that makes sense, and that is actually a legit good match to look forward to, so I'm hoping for that. So Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. Sign me up. And Nakamura versus Ali, like, I'm hyped for that. If that happens at SummerSlam, I'm hyped for that. But yeah, just Raw was more of the same. SmackDown was more of the same. And I guess, Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff, I guess next week's going to be the show where they really come on. And I don't know. They've been saying that every fucking week now since it's been announced. So like, oh, this is the week. No, this is the week that they're on. Oh, no, next week's going to, no. Don't worry about this week. This week was just a fucking, this week sucked because, next week they're going to be backstage and next week they're going to have influence. It's like, You guys didn't really read into that announcement when it came out, did you? Both guys report to Vince McMahon before anything gets approved. So the boat stops and ends with Vince. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe after SummerSlam, everything just completely changes and it's just two completely different shows, and Raw is different than SmackDown, and SmackDown is its own brand and Raw is its own brand. But for the past 3 weeks now, I've been seeing people saying, "Oh, this is the week, this is the week Bischoff and Heyman are going to come on." Oh wait, no, this one sucked. I mean, next week's going to be the week. Oh wait, no, this is the week they're backstage, and this is the week Heyman has influence. It's like, dude, it's going to be more of the same, if not a little bit tweaked. And I don't know, maybe the shows are going to be fucking infinitely better and infinitely different. But unless I'm proven wrong, I don't fucking know. So we'll see. So that was Extreme Rules. That was AEW Fight for the Fallen. And I will be back I guess that was those topics I wanted to talk about. I guess I got really nothing else I wanted to talk about really. So yeah, this has been shooting the shit at midnight. This whole little spiel I've been going off of with AEW and WWE, and mostly Seth Rollins sucking ass as champion and otherwise. But this has been shooting the shit at midnight, and I am Jacob McGovern, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another episode. Yes, that's right, another episode of Shooting the Shit, because we will get another one tomorrow, hopefully with some guests. I'm hoping that we have some guests tomorrow. It doesn't matter who it is. Anybody who wants to come and shoot some shit can come on Shooting the Shit, because that is what this is. This is a show where shit gets shot at because we are going to shoot the shit. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore, but yes, I will see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Shooting the Shit. I am Jacob McGovern. This has been Shooting the Shit. Keep your dicks hard and your pussies wet. Sean's View Entertainment is a pedophile. He can take me to court.